Hello everybody and welcome to another video. So Games Workshop have just dropped another advent calendar detachment. Yes, I know I haven't covered the others yet. I will eventually because I've been busy. So let's jump in and let's see what the 1,000 Suns are getting for Warhammer 40k. Alright, so here it is, the 1,000 Suns detachment. It is called the Hex Warp Taliban. So this is with a slice of seized of the Thralban's warriors, the flow of archaic energies. So what does it actually give you? So obviously this is a new detachment. So certain areas of the battlefield are within your army's flow of magic as follows. Your deployment zone is always within your army's flow of magic. Cool. At the start of any phase, if you control at least half of the objective markers within no man's land, until the end of that phase, no man's land is within your flow of magic. So what do you get for your flow of magic? That's an interesting question. So at the start of your any phase, if you control at least half of the objective markers within your opponent's deployment zone, until the end of your phase, your opponent's deployment zone is within your army's flow of magic. Cool. Okay. So each time a 1,000 Suns model from your army makes a psychic roll, psychic attack, re-roll a wound roll of 1. If such a model is wholly within your army's flow of magic, each time it makes a psychic attack, add 1 to the wound roll instead. So, okay, that's pretty interesting. So you're either gonna get you're either getting re-rolling 1s for wounding with psychic attacks, which is kind of the 1,000 Suns bag, or you're going to add 1 to the wound roll instead if you're within your flow of magic. So in your deployment zone is always within your flow of magic. If you control objectives in the middle of the board or the majority of no man's land, it then becomes no man's land then becomes in your flow of magic. And if you also do the same in your enemy's deployment zone, then that area also becomes a part of your flow of magic. So it's kind of cool. That's kind of nice. Doesn't change what troops are, what models are going to be battle line or anything like that. So it's not really changing army composition, but it is basically giving you an additional flavor. Interesting. So we've got a couple of enhancements. So Arcane Might for 20 points. Models or sorceress models only, so 1,000 Suns. Add 1 to the strength characteristic of psychic weapons equipped by models in the bearer's unit. Oh, that's pretty cool. While the bearer's unit is wholly within your army's flow of magic, add 2 to the strength characteristic of psychic weapons equipped by models in that unit instead. That is really good for 20 points. Like, you could stick a sorceress in a unit of Terminators. Wow, yeah, that's really, really good. +2 strength if you're in your flow of magic. That's pretty spicy. So empowered manifestation. So models only. While the bearer's unit is wholly within your army's flow of magic, add 6 to the range of psychic abilities the bearer has that specify a range, including rituals. Each time a model with the bearer unit makes a hazardous test for a psychic weapon, you can re-roll the result. That's really, really good. This is solid. Like, straight away, these enhancements and the rules itself are pretty narrative. I like that. I like this a lot. Not that this army needs it, to be completely honest. The Onslaught, 25 points. Where the bearer's unit is wholly within your army's full magic, add 3 to the attack characteristic of ranged psychic weapons equipped by the bearer. Wow, that is solid. That's 3 solid enhancements there. And then the Noctilith Mantle for 15 points, 1,000 Suns models only. While the bearer unit is on the battlefield, it is wholly within your army's flow of magic. Models in that unit cannot be selected to use any rituals. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, like, those first three enhancements are really, really, really nice. So what do we get for our stratagem? So we get Warding Hex. So in the command phase, for 1 CP, 1,000 Sun Psyche unit from your army within range of an objective marker you control. If that objective marker is wholly within your army's flow of magic, the objective marker remains under your control until your opponent's level of control over the objective is greater than yours at the end of a phase. Basically, you get CP, you get kind of sticky objectives. Kind of good. So Wrath of the Doomed for 1 CP in the fight phase, just after an enemy unit has been selected its targets. 1,000 Suns unit from your army that was selected as the target of one or more of the attacking unit's attacks effect until the end of the phase each time a model in your unit is destroyed. If that model has not fought this phase, roll a d6. Add 1 to the result if your unit is wholly within your army's flow of magic. On a 4+, do not remove it from play. That destroyed model can fight after the attacks unit has finished making his attacks and then remove from play. So 1 CP, you get a 4+ fight on death. That's pretty cool. That's pretty good because I think Space Marines fight on death is 2 points, 2 CP. So yeah, having it on fight on death on a 4+ for 1 CP, pretty solid if you're in your flow of magic. Nice. Strands of Time for 1 CP in your movement phase, just after 1,000 Suns Psyker unit from your army has fallen back. That 1,000 Suns Psyker unit, until the end of the turn, your unit is eligible to shoot or declare a charge in a turn in which it fell back. If your unit is wholly within your army's flow of magic, when it's targeted with this stratagem, then until the end of the turn, your unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge in a turn in which it fell back. Wow. So I'm a Space Marine player, so I'm going to use my Space Marine head for that. That's basically the tactical doctrine from the Gladiator Strike Force, allowing you to fall back, shoot or charge. But if you're in your flow of magic, you get to do both. That is really good. And it's only 1 CP, so it gives you a little bit more tactical versatility, which is always quite nice. Then Through the Veil for 1 CP, start of the reinforcement step of your movement phase. One of the Rumic Marines or Scarab Occult Terminators units from your army that is in strategic reserve. If it is a Rumic Marines unit, until the end of the phase, it has the Deep Strike ability. When your unit is set up on the battlefield using the Deep Strike ability, if it has the Scarab Occult Terminators, until they're set up anywhere on the battlefield that is wholly within your army's flow of magic and more than 6 inches away from the enemy models. Oh my lord, that is amazing. To be able to Deep Strike your Terminators 6 inches away if you're in your flow of magic is so good. Restrictions: if a Scarab Occult Terminator unit is targeted with this stratagem, it is not eligible to declare a charge. Oh, that would have been brutal. So it was really, really good until I read the restrictions. So you can't charge, but you can absolutely poontang the unit off the board, because you're probably going to have a character in there. You're probably also going to have one of the enhancements to give yourself an additional attacks or even additional strength, and you're just going to absolutely ruffle stomp them. So scoring Warp Fire, your shooting phase, 1,000 Suns Psyker unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase and is wholly within your army's flow of magic. Until the end of the phase, ranged weapons equipped by models in your unit have the Ignores Cover ability. After your unit has shot this phase, select one enemy unit hit by one or more of those attacks. Until the end of the phase, models in that unit cannot benefit from cover. So not only are you ignoring cover, but you're also stripping the cover off the enemy models. Pretty cool. And Warp Flamers are pretty solid as well. So, and then finally we've got the, I'm not even going to attempt to say that, the Scopic Tempest. We'll just go for that one, shall we? Your opponent's shooting phase, after an enemy unit has selected its targets, one of the 1,000 Suns Psyker units from your army that was selected as the target of one or more of the attacks from the unit's attacks. Until the end of the phase, your unit has the Stealth ability, and your unit is wholly within your army's flow of magic. Each time an attack targets your unit, it has the benefit of cover against that attacks. That is really, really, really good. Yeah, that is really solid. really, really solid. So that's a really interesting detachment. Like I said, I haven't gone through the others yet, and I will do a video on the others, and I will get them out, probably do them on Friday, and just fire them all out, one after the other. So if you know, and I'll have a little talk about them. But yeah, that's a really good detachment. Now, Thousand Sons are really quite strong right now, and they're really good. But this is giving them some really kind of thematic rules. And if I was doing a Thousand Sons army, I would be inclined to use that. That's a kind of cool. Now, they haven't got their codex yet, and I really hope that when they do get their codex, this is there. That detachment goes into the codex, because that would be kind of cool. But yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, what is going to be the next army? Like, what is the next army for tomorrow? So obviously they are going to be releasing another one tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be the Adaptus Mechanicus are getting it tomorrow, and it's something about electronics. So interesting one there for AdMech. Obviously, I'm very much keen to wait for the Space Marine one, and the Blood Angels one more specifically, because that's probably what I'm going to be playing more in the future rather than the generic Space Marines. But yeah, so far they're pretty cool. From what I've read of them, they seem to be really good. I'll touch more on the Dark Angels, Death Guard, and Tyranids when I get all three of them filmed and put up. But yeah, all in all, pretty impressed. Looking forward to tomorrow, and definitely looking forward to what comes on Friday. And it's just going to be a good time this Christmas, and there's a lot of things potentially happening for 40k this month that we may get to see, so it's going to be cool. But that's the video, peeps. If you like what I'm doing, please like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. Let me know if you're a Thousand Sons player and what you think of this new detachment, and we will chat in another video. Catch you later, people. Bye bye for now.